creative mommy of two, and welcome to my channel, or welcome back in case you have been here before. In case you've been here before, well, today you are going to see a new WIP and Chat project. So yeah, grab out whatever it is that you are working on, and yeah, let's have a ramble, shall we? Today I am starting a new project for my WIP and Chat videos. I finally finished Beast 2 weeks ago, last week. What was it? What was it? Yeah, 2 weeks ago. About, give or take. Because last week I did Getting Up. I was thinking, like, did I do that last week, 2 weeks before? Whatever did I do everything? Because my brain lately, yeah. If my head wasn't in place, I would have lost it a long time ago. But yeah, starting today, I am going to work on Confetti the Cat by the artist Sandra Trubin from the company Dreamer Designs. As per usual, this one will be linked down in the description box, so in case you want to check it out, well, you know where to find it. And yeah, since it is February, we are still working on Movies and Diamonds. If you have this diamond painting or something like it, like with a cat, you can use this one for Mr. Fuzzy Pants. At least that is what I am working it on, because that's about basically a cat. So yeah, what are you all working on? Are you also working on something for Movies and Diamonds, or are you working on something else? Let me know. Also, how was your week? My week was exhausting. But yeah, I'm going to tell you about that in a little bit, but not right now. Because we are going to start with the Movies and Diamonds Dutchy team stuff this week. Because, well, yeah, in case you've been there before, you know it. But if you don't, I am working on Movies and Diamonds at the moment. There it is. I was looking for a darker reddish color, but it is orange. But yeah, as I was saying, or at least if my brain wants to work along, what was I saying? Yeah, sorry, my brain is extra rambly today. But yeah, I am doing Movies and Diamonds. This is my little diamond paint along event, however you want to call it. And yeah, it's all about diamond painting and movies. So basically every diamond painting where you can tie a movie to, either like the character, the title, or the theme of the movie, well, you can enter. Down in the description box I will have a link to a video where I am going to go in a lot more detail about it and yeah, show you some examples. So yeah, with that being said, let's just get into it. Yeah, I was already thinking that was wrong. So today, what have I got for you all? Today I have characters of movies and a few movies itself that have different names in them in Dutch versus in English. So yeah, sometimes characters' names are just not common here, or hard to pronounce, or something like that. And most of the times they will be kids' movies, because most of the times movies for, well, I can better say the younger kids' movies, because most of the times the older kids watch just in English, and yeah, the most for adults also. We don't have a culture as much as, for example, France and Germany have, where many of the movies will be what's the word spoken over. brain. Here we call it nagesynchroniseerd. After synchronized, something like it. But where basically other people voice over a movie, even with just, yeah, not only like animated movies, but just regular movies as well. So that's a thing where, at least here in this area, Germany and France are pretty known for. So yeah, that was basically my entire training of German language, just watching stuff on the TV. So yeah, with that introduction out of the way, let's get started with the first movie. I did a little bit of research. I did look at most of like the known classics from Disney. I didn't look at everything. Some were pretty easy to find, some not as much as to what the characters' names were. So in case you do like this, let me know. Maybe I'll do a part 2. Because yeah, I still have a few more weeks to go. So yeah, who knows? Who knows? So yeah, I started off with The Little Mermaid, which is called in Dutch De Kleine Zeemermin, which is the same in translation. So we have a few characters that are renamed, a few that are Dutchified. One, I guess is more Dutchified, so I think I'm going to call it like that. So the Dutchified names, the character Grimsby, I do believe at the top of my head that was the dog that Prince Eric had. Not quite sure at the moment. Should have looked it up. But yeah, I'm not completely 100% sure, but I do believe it's the dog. Am I filming? Yes, I am. Good. But yeah, Grimsby in Dutch is called Grimbert. So Grimsby, Grimbert. Sorry. Giving it an English twist. So yeah, I do think it would be able to pronounce it, but yeah. They, in my opinion, Dutchified it. Another name that is Dutchified is Sebastian. Because, yeah, it is sort of the same name, but sort of not completely. Because Sebastian is in Dutch Sebastian. So it is the same name, but it's the Dutch version of it. Because, yeah, not all names are pronounced the same. So, yeah, it's just a small move to say it like that. It's from Sebastian to Sebastian. Then another one that is Dutchified, but it's basically what many characters' names are. They are just basically translated. Because Flounder, the little yellow and blue fish, the friend of Ariel, which basically is the same, because in English it's more Ariel and in Dutch is Ariel. So it's pretty the same, but not quite. But yeah, so yeah, the fishy friend is in English Flounder. In Dutch we call him Botje, which is translated back little bone. But yeah, flounder, as you might know, is a fish. But in Dutch we call it bot. But I think to make it more appealing for kids, they basically called him little flounder. So, botje. Because in Dutch, basically, in case you haven't heard me say it before, if you have a Dutch word and you put je or tje behind it, most of the times it's just a small version. So in this case, bot, botje. Flounder, small flounder. So yeah, it's basically the same, but not quite. It's just a translated version. Words talking hard again, you know me. If you don't, well, yeah. In case you didn't expect it by now, I'm Dutch, so yeah, my English is at times messy. But hey, I have taught myself to speak English because yeah, I had it in school, but it was basically learning how to introduce yourself and learn how to count. Well, yeah. You can only do so much with that. But yeah, I guess that's school basics for basically every learning another language. I had the same with French and German. Basically like starting out with introducing yourself, counting, asking directions, stuff like that. So yeah. But yeah. And then we have also from still the same movie, The Little Mermaid, we have a few characters that basically got completely new names. So the seagull that they have, apparently in English, is called Scuttle. In Dutch, he is called Jutter. Because, yeah, don't know if Scuttle comes from something, but I do know that Jutten is, een Jutter is in Dutch actually like, what's the best way to describe it? I do believe it's like een strandjutter. A strand is a beach. It's basically somebody that's basically like treasure hunting, I believe, on the beach. So, don't know. But yeah, that's beside the point. That's not what I'm talking about today. But yeah, so Scuttle became Jutter. But then the ones that are really, really different are what are they? Eels, I believe. Ursula's henchfish instead of henchman. Henchfish. I just recently found out that in English, yeah, I have to watch the movie in English, but I'm so used to the Dutch names that I hardly ever, notice. But yeah, apparently those eels are called flotsam and jetsam. But in Dutch, they are called gruwel and griezel. Which, if you would translate it back, there are multiple translations for it, but it would come down to abomination and creep. So, I do think that fits them. So, because yeah, they're kind of creepy and yeah. So that's as far at least as I saw the really obvious names that are different from the Little Mermaid in English version and then in Dutch. I have not looked, for example, at like the sisters of Ariel, what the different names are, like if there is something different. I don't think so, but yeah, you never know. But yeah, it's not too overly strange, so yeah. So let's go to the next movie. There are just two little things about this movie that I could directly see. There might be more, as with every movie, but yeah, I have basically looked at like the main characters, so otherwise the list would be pretty long pretty soon. And the next movie is Beauty and the Beast. But this one is different in title. Because in Dutch, we call this movie Belle en het Beest. So, Belle and the Beast instead of Beauty. Because if you would say Beauty and the Beast in Dutch, you would have de schoonheid en het beest. So, yeah, that's quite different. But yeah, Belle and the Beast sounds a bit nicer and easier. So yeah, as you expect, the character's name is still Belle. So yeah, Belle, Belle, it's about the same. But the one character that is different is Mrs. Potts, because we call her Mevrouw Tuit instead of Mevrouw. Yeah, again, words hard. So instead of Mevrouw Pot, if you would translate it directly. But yeah, I guess that's partly because it's like pot is also one of those, yeah, how to say it, slang words, not so kind words, whatever you want to call it, for a lesbian woman. So that's also called, in not so nice terms, pot. So I guess that's why they changed it to Mevrouw Tuit, which would be Mrs. Spout. Miss, what is it, Mrs. Potts or Miss Potts? I think Mrs. That's beside the point, but yeah. But also again, with like the translation, it's the same for like Chip, because he is called Barstje. Again, like the ch, so little Chip. And there it is. But yeah, again, like most is the same, only translated. I guess also like many, I believe like Lumière is still the same. It's also still Pendule. Depending on if you want to see it a bit more French than Dutch, but the rest I do think is still quite the same. So yeah, from the movie Frozen, I just found one that is pretty different, because that's Oaken from Wandering Oaken's Trading Post. Yoo-hoo, big summer blowout. That guy. In Dutch, he is called, apparently, I haven't ever watched this movie in Dutch, because, yeah, I prefer to watch movies in English, and the kids aren't old enough that they watch most of the Disney movies, especially because our daughter is scared of her own shadow. So yeah, I'm not going to watch the movies that'll be like for example, Encanto, Beauty and the Beast, like everything that's 6 years and up, because I do know my daughter will be, yeah, scared. Or at least acting scared, and I don't want that if I can help it. So yeah, we're just going to wait a little bit more. But yeah. But yeah, as I was saying, the guy from Wandering Oaken's Trading Post, apparently in Dutch, is called Knut. So yeah, that's a really different name. Oaken versus Knut. I do not know exactly where that name comes from, why they changed it, or anything. I do know that, I don't know if it's like a dialect or something, or like an old name for it, but I do know Knut, or Knuten for plural, can be used for money. So in case that's where the name comes from, I do think it's kind of fitting for a guy with a trading post and sauna. But yeah. But I, again, don't think much is changed there. again, like many of the names, will just be spoken out like a little bit different. But yeah, that's, I think, with basically every non-English like language, that they will be pronounced a bit different if they keep the same names. So this one has, well, the next one has a lot of differences. So let's just start with the difference in the movie title, because I am going to talk about the movie Frank en Vrij, as we would call it in Dutch. But in English, it's The Fox and the Hound. But to make it even more confusing, the names in Dutch, as I suggested by the name of the movie, are Frank and Vrij. I do believe Frank is the dog. But in English, that one is called Copper. No clue why, but it is. And Vrij, the fox, is called Todd. So yeah, that's pretty different. So yeah, again, no clue why. I'm not into the movie industry, I'm just looking stuff up. But also in like the supporting roles, you have quite different names. For example, what was called Amos Slade. I do believe that's the owner of the dog. If I'm correct, I have seen this movie like once or, no, not once or twice. I do believe I have seen it a few times, but like I guess like almost 15 to 20 years ago. I haven't seen that one in a long time. At least not that I remember, at least. But yeah, I do believe that's the owner of the dog. In English, it's Amos Slade. In Dutch, we call him Oude Sepp. Old Sepp. Also, the lady from the fox is called Widow Tweed in English. And here in the Netherlands, we call her Grootje. Which is also like a sort of a nickname for grandma or an elderly lady. Een Grootje. So yeah, that's again very different. The owl, Big Mama, is called in Dutch Mama Uil. So yeah, that's, I think, pretty explanatory. Mama Owl. Yeah, those were the difference there. So yeah, that's, I think, pretty different stuff for one movie. But yeah, then we have the movie Cinderella, which I always think that like the English version, you at least know her real name, because that's what I understand about it, is that her real name is Ella and she's under the cinders, so Cinderella. In Dutch, we call her Assepoester, which basically comes down to ash cleaner. So yeah, she doesn't really have like a name. At least, I don't know out of the top of my head if like in the introduction they have her state her real name, or still they're like the girl. Don't know. But in the Dutch version, the stepmom, Lady Tremaine, is just called stiefmoeder. So, stepmom. Also, the fairy godmother is Petemoei, which is Petemoei. Good fairy, she's also called Goede Fee. Fee grootmoeder? Fairy godmother? Petemoeder? I don't actually really out of the top of my head know, but I do believe she's called a little bit different in Dutch versus in English. I do believe when I looked at Wikipedia it said Good Fairy versus Fairy Godmother, but yeah, that's not much of a difference, but yeah. But the big difference, and one of the only ones, is the mouses, because the cat is still Lucifer, only then Lucifer, so pronunciation difference. But the mouses completely have different names. One of the mice, who is called Jacques, is called Tom, and the one that is called Gus, we call him here Peter. So Tom and Peter instead of Jacques and Gus. Then I do have one out of the top of my head. We have from Cars, we have Meder, which is called in Dutch takel. So I guess it's translated to like tower, toe, to toe, to takelen. So something like that. So I guess that's like one that just pops in my head, like that's different here. Then one where the movie and the character is the same, Moana, for I have no clue what reason. Here in the Netherlands we call her Viana. No clue why. Moana is just too easy to pronounce, so yeah. Sometimes I don't understand, but oh well. Might also just be me. But yeah, so yeah, she's called Viana here. And then lastly, we have Chip and Dale, which are in Dutch Knabbel and Babbel. And if you would translate those two back, you would get Nibble and Chat. So yeah, it's a strange name, but Knabbel and Babbel sounds fun. But every time I hear Chip and Dale, I hear it too fast and I always think of Chip and Dale's. So yeah, that's not a good a good comparison for Chipmunks version versus like strippers. So yeah, I do prefer Knabbel and Babbel. I rather have a nibble and a chat. So yeah, do have a lot of stowaways in this kit. But yeah, that's about it for this part of the video. Let me know if you're from a non-English speaking country. What are some of the names that your country gave to, for example, Disney characters? Other movies also are also possible, but yeah, what do characters are named with where you're from? Because yeah, I'm pretty sure the Netherlands isn't the only one that translates movies. So yeah, let me know, because I'm curious. I like to know stuff about other countries, not only my own. So yeah, again, let me know down in the comment section below. And yeah, I'd like to hear from you. And again, as per usual, if you're only here for the movies and diamonds part, well, then I guess it's our time to part ways and for you to find another video to watch. Because, yeah, I am now going to talk about life stuff. So, in case you are going to go now, I hope you will have a wonderful week. If you had fun in this video, well, let me know down in the comment section below what you thought. And yeah, I hope to see you next time. And yeah, for the rest, you know the drill. Like, subscribe, and all that fun stuff. So, yeah. And yeah, in case you're still here, well, thank you for still staying for my rambling. Because, yeah, last week has been one of those weeks. And yeah, I'm pretty much a wreck. So, yeah. I most likely will even have forgotten like half the week everything that happened. So yeah, going to start off with a fun thing, because yeah, otherwise I forget always like the fun stuff, because yeah, rambling on about it. With my rambling, most of the times those like small stuff tends to be forgotten, because yeah, you know me, I can ramble on long about absolutely nothing. So yeah. But yeah, so last week I did some diamond painting with my daughter. She really enjoyed it. I'm going to get it because it's right here on the other side of my laptop, which I'm just going to pull down. I have an unboxing, which I will be adding on to a little bit, so I do need to see how. But I have from the Action, from the store, which I have used more often, I had bought a few packs of stickers. I will have an unboxing. I don't know when, because I have still a few things up the pipelines and I am already pre-recording, so I can just move on with things and put it where they belong and stuff like that. But I had a couple of stickers that I specifically bought for my daughter, because they're just small little things and are only alphabet symbols. So yeah, this one was, I believe, from the Sweets pack. And it was a small little donut. And my daughter made this herself. Yeah. I did grab the tray. I shook it around, but I let her like pick the symbol which she wanted to start with. No, I didn't do that on Wednesday. I did that on Friday. On Wednesday we did craft, but we did a paper craft. But yeah, I let her pick out the symbol she wanted to work on, and then let her, like, from the strip of diamonds that I had, I let her search for the matching symbols, so the right back. Then I cut it open, poured a few in the tray. I shook the tray, and then yeah, let her diamond paint. She really enjoyed it. My husband came home in that time, because on Friday he has shorter days, and he was like doing like a narration of like one of those like animal movies, like of like animal documentaries, like, and here is a proud mama teaching her daughter how to diamond paint. And I was like, oh, shut it, you. But yeah, when I bought it, she was already like, ooh, can I do a sticker? Can I do a sticker? I was like, well, next week. Can I first do my own thing? But I was like, yeah, not now, because it was pretty close to dinner time. And I was like, yeah, not always. So yeah. On Wednesday we did actually do a paper craft, because on Tuesday I went with her to her school, and we had like a little, well, at least I had a little talk with her teacher, because the her guidance worker, social emotional worker, whatever you want to call her, the woman she works with together, or well, her teacher works with, it also helped us with like getting the ball rolling for like a diagnosis for a daughter, for like if she indeed has something like an ADHD or autism kind of something. And yeah, so she always also said that like our daughter is pretty smart. She apparently does some works with the age group that is higher than her. Oh, by the way, in case you don't know, I have 2 kids, a daughter that is 4 and has started school this school year, and a son who is 2, who still has about a year to wait, a little bit more, and then he can go to school. And boy, oh boy, does that give me a lot of free time, because he's something. But yeah. But what did I want to say? Yeah, so I was at her school to see like with her teacher, like what are things that my daughter can do to like have fun at home and still be sort of like challenged. Like it doesn't have to be like an actual, well, not assessment and things she has to do, but just like fun, like things she can do fun-wise and still learn with, and have like a little bit of stimulation of some sort, because yeah, I sometimes feel that she's smarter than she looks, or you would think, for a kid of that age. And whoa, I yanked away my canvas. Hold on, that's better. But yeah, so she was basically like, you can most of the times like sensory stuff, like let her put like with finger paint, let her, for because it's almost carnival, let her get a piece of paper, put like a line on it, and let her with the fingers paint like different colors, but then do it in like instead of in just one color, let her do like a pattern of colors, because apparently that was a thing that she picked up quite fast. Because if they start with like the sequence of colors, the easy part was like red, yellow, red, yellow, and so forth. And then like you had red, yellow twice repeated, and then the kid needs to pick it up. Then they did it with 3 colors and stuff like that. But apparently they had a sequence that was blue, yellow, purple, blue. And teacher said that most of the kids would start again with blue. But apparently my daughter, a little smart ass that she is, directly picked up like, oh, blue has already been, I need to add, what did I say next? Yellow? It was blue, yellow, red, blue. Then she went along with yellow, red, blue, yellow, red, blue. So yeah, that apparently was pretty smart. So yeah, that will be something. But teacher said that like it's important that just leave it playing and not like the have to do stuff like in school. But I was like, yeah, but I still want to make her have fun and be a little bit stimulated, because sometimes I have the idea that when she's coloring, she just grabs a pen and be like, just because she's bored. So yeah, so we printed out like those sort of like color by number pages for kids and stuff like that, which actually the teacher showed, and we actually had done that like literally 2 days before that. So yeah, and like playing with magnets, what we already have bought, and especially like sensory stuff and stuff like that. So yeah, we're trying. So yeah, she at least has a little bit of crafty time. I actually wanted to bake with her tomorrow, so on Wednesday. I'm filming this on Tuesday. By the way, before I forget it, I am changing my schedule up a little bit. Most likely my new schedule will be basically the old schedule, will at least for uploading. Most likely I will be filming my WIP and Chat videos on a Tuesday and will be putting them up on Wednesday. Debating if I should keep the time lapses on Friday or that I maybe put them on Saturday or something. Let me know down in the comment section. What do you think? Have it at the same day or move it to somewhere else, or yeah. Same with like unboxing reviews. Would you have them like still on a Thursday, or would you say like I will do them Monday or something? Because yeah, I also want to work along with what you think is nice. I do know that even if I put it up on a Sunday, you still can watch it on a Wednesday, but yeah. Do you prefer a certain day, or like I don't give a rat's ass? Just put it out there. Yeah. But yeah, as I was trying to say before, my brain interrupted me. I actually wanted to bake with her, like tomorrow on Wednesday. But yeah, as I'm filming this today, yeah, it's now after bedtime. It's 9:30 already, and yeah, my daughter stayed home sick again. She had a fever, so like, yeah, I'm not going to send her to school when she has a fever. She also has been extra fussy today, and yeah, I'm debating on like whether or not I should keep her home tomorrow, even if she doesn't have a fever. Just like I don't want our teacher to have trouble with her being extra fussy because she's out of her like schedule, to say it like that. But yeah, not quite sure. Thursday, we also got a letter in the mail. That's basically why I started to move around my schedule for filming, because lately I have been filming my WIP and Chat videos during the day, but I got a letter in the mail and it said that they are starting on the street next to us with redoing the sidewalk, because yeah, they had trees there that uprooted everything and yeah, killed off. It's yeah, made for a pretty bumpy sidewalk, which isn't easy, and many people have fallen on their face there, including me and the kids. Also, many times it just barely went good, but oh well. But yeah, so we got that letter on Thursday and they started yesterday, so on Monday. So yeah, nice and early notice as always, which they are pretty good at here, but at least we got a notice beforehand, because when they were sung the threes, they did the notification at like late in the afternoon the day before. So like, what the actual fudge is happening here? So yeah, I could... Luckily, we have like yeah, it's not like a driveway, but we have a gate in our fence, street side. So yeah, we had our car for once parked there, like literally next to a tree. So yeah, I could just get the car and put it in our yard. So yeah, that was easy, luckily, but still, it was like, what in the actual fudge is going on here? So that's... yeah, made my brain go like, what a flip. Then on Friday and Saturday we did a lot of shopping, because we wanted to have some suitcases for our kids for when they are going to visit and stay over at my parents, because yeah, then we have to take just one bag and have everything for them, instead of at least one bag each kid, and they can also put in their stuffed animals and stuff like that, and not have like their stuffed animals in a bag along with like snacks and stuff we take and everything else, and then their night lights, so that I actually already fixed because I got night lights from the kite pots, which I have shown you a little bit ago, even though I have seen them now in action as well. But yeah, those lights go to my parents, so they have something there. But then, yeah, we just have one night light that I have to take. Well, that I can stay there, and I don't need to pack like 10 different bags because, yeah, then I have one suitcase that's up for our daughter's room and one for our son's room, and they can just fuss it out there. I don't need to put like, okay, a bag here, a bag there, and then we have one bag with stuff that stays downstairs and the stuff that needs upstairs, and I need to figure out everything, and that's not easy. So yeah. So we wanted to have some suitcases. We found a red one for our daughter because she saw them. We actually saw a different one that was a little bit cheaper. We had it in one color, and it was again from the Action, but the Action here in our place didn't have those, and we found one for like €10 more expensive, and we directly had them in 2 different colors. And we were like, yeah, that's maybe easier, so I directly know like, okay, this one goes there, that one goes there. My daughter picked the red one, and we thought for our son like what was it, like a turquoise? A bit like this color, I think. Like a greenish blue. So, yeah, we did that. On Sunday, I did pull out some of the insulation on our attic again. And then the trouble started because I don't know why exactly it was, but I was looking at the floor, and I have a tarp, is I believe the word, put on the floor because, yeah, it catches a little bit more of the stuff, and yeah, stuff like that. And I saw all of a sudden that there was water on it. So yeah, as you might be able to imagine, I started to fudging around. Like fudgety fudge fudge fudge. And called my husband because when I looked up, I noticed that one of the beams was wet. I have seen it more often on different places. We have a few places that have mold where we pulled off the insulation, and one place I was earlier like, is this wet or isn't it wet? I don't know for sure, but now I was like, yeah, there is something leaking because there is actual water on the floor. So yeah, I'm pretty sure this time. So yeah, that threw me off. So we need to have somebody come look at that. And yeah, we filled out the paperwork, so as I said last week, for our daughter's diagnostic meeting and stuff, so we're waiting on that. I'm also still waiting on my schedule for my operation of my umbilical hernia, and we're also waiting for more information on like next placement of my husband, because yeah, he went to like a sort of like, not like a counselor, but like a company doctor, kind of something, to be like, hey, this is all playing in the background, like just so it is already known in case it goes up high, and yeah, there's something that like he wants to have something arranged to be like a day more at home or something, or if he needs to go at home more because the diagnostics is being run, or whatever the reason. And yeah, he has that talk on Thursday, and they already basically today, when he just gave down a basic rundown like this and that a little bit, we're like, yeah, we're going to try to keep you here. And he was like, whoa, 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 hold your horses there. So yeah, we're going to see what that will bring. But you're like, it would be nice if it would be able for him to stay here a little bit longer, for like example a year or something, because by that time I for sure have had my surgery, because I hope that one will be in March, April. Then we have, I hope at least, we have been completely done with the diagnostics and know if our daughter has something like an ADHD or autism or something, or nothing at all, and it's just us, which is also possible, who knows. But like something like that, or yeah, we know a little more. And then by that time also our son is almost going to school, because he goes to school starting April, I believe it's 1 month or 3 months before, so it's either in February, March, or it's April that he can start going to school like a few days a week, and then from starting of May he can go full time. But yeah, mostly like June, July, August, something there he has off for 6 weeks. But yeah, that's a whole no different ball game. But yeah, so that would give me a little bit more rest, and maybe even by that time I get a job again, but we'll see. Who knows? Maybe my small, by now it's already not as really tiny anymore, but who knows, but maybe by that time my channel has grown so much, YouTube is my job. You never know. It would be fun though, because even after like 2.5 years, I still have fun making my videos. So yeah, it's keeping me entertained and keeping me busy. And yeah, keeps my mind off of stuff. So yeah. But yeah, my brain is like totally fried by now. Especially with my daughter also being sick, because she's already sick for like 2-3 weeks, like off and on. Like she started coughing again, and we're like, oh no, she has been good for 2-3 days and she's starting again. And like, yeah, this morning she had a fever, so like, yeah, no, not going to happen. Tomorrow we'll, yeah, let's just wait and see, and we'll see how everything goes. But yeah, fun stuff as he's out for first schedule. Yeah. Besides that, there's still even more that's going to shit at the moment. We also have now a new balcony friend, which the kids really love. And I kind of like it too. We have a little mouse running around over our balcony. I already looked that it's not in our barbecue or anything. But it looks like it's just going to pick off the seeds from the ground from like the bird feeder, eating there and going away again. So yeah, we have a little mouse friend. And every day when I see him the first time, I call out to my son and daughter like, hey, come, the little mouse is here. And yeah, they're both come running. I was like, easy, easy, easy. And they come walking up, and yeah, they are always fun to see it. So my son already had multiple times today like, waar muisje? Waar muis? So where mouse? Where mousey? I was like, yeah, I think it's home. But yeah, yeah, my brain is gone. So yeah, I am going to go now, because I'm rambling on for long enough, and I still have more to film. So yeah. With that being said, I hope you still enjoyed this video. If you did, well, let me know down in the comment section below. And yeah, I hope you all have a wonderful evening, wonderful night, whatever it is. And yeah, well, you know the drill. Like, subscribe, and all the fun stuff. And yeah, as per usual, I hope to see you in a next video. Bye!